Hey guys, it's Kelly Ann and welcome to another Flossy Friday. Today is July 30th, 2021, and I've done a lot, but also not. So this last week I have worked on 3 projects. Yes, that is correct. 3 projects. I FFO'd a bunch of stuff and or a bunch. I FFO'd some stuff. I still have a nice healthy pile of things that need to be FFO'd that I have ideas for how I want to FFO them. They're just going to take some time. I don't know what's happening. I'll angle it down. So I've moved the placement of where my camera can sit in this room, which is way more convenient for me than where it was originally placed. Also, I don't know if you can see, but my sewing table is mostly cleaned off. So this was covered in a giant mound of crap. And that over there are like active projects. So there is 2 panels for baby quilts over there, a fabric for a Christmas gift that I want to make. The very front right here, yep, there we go, is all the squares to work more on my vintage Christmas quilt. And so it looks like a little pile of chaos, but it's actually very organized. And some of it is just tools and stuff that stay on my table at all times. Like I have a box of like sewing pins, straight pins, things like that. So it's actually very organized and almost has nothing on it, which for me is a feat lately. So that was really nice to get that cleaned up this last weekend. And part of that was because so I had a whole bunch, y'all already seen this one. This one's been FFO'd for a while. But I had a whole stack load of pillows behind me that just needed the little patch. So I'm trying to see where she's gonna go. Anyways, she may make an appearance. So they just need the little patch. Did all of those this weekend. So this one finally got fully FFO'd. But this one does have a different color patch because I cannot, for the life of me, I have no idea where the rest of the velveteen is. And yes, I did iron this, but it's sitting in the little cellophane wrapper for a while. The line didn't come out. You'll see it on the other ones as well, but so this one is the only one with a different color patch, but I think it's kind of cute. There's a lot of corally pinks in this, so that's why I picked the pink one. But okay, so the cats are doing fine. You could tell I did a lot of cleaning in here. I did take a couple of days off for some stuff that was going on, as far as like sewing and things like that. And I also took a day or 2 off from cross stitching because I did a little mini project that I will also show you. So with my sewing machine, and it was so nice having it here, but for a big chunk of the project I was either at Ashley's or I did sew most of it at my kitchen table. So it's nice. I finished it up in here, and it was so nice to be back in this room for all of my crafting. So, all right, so let's talk about the FFOs that I did get done. I'm not going to show you all the pillows that I put final patches on, but the ones that I sewed into pillows this weekend and fully FFO'd all at one time, which is how I should do it all the time, but I'm not the only one, I know. So I finally finished making the last 3 in the With Thy Needle and Thread by Brenda Gervais Red, White, and Bloom minis. They're so this is the Red, White, and Bloom series. There was the Jelly Bean Jubilee, which were all the Easter smalls, and then Love Notes, which was the Valentine's Day one. I think the new one is called Jack-o'-lantern Jubilee, and it's Halloween smalls, and I believe there are 7. We know that she's going to do a Christmas one. Brenda Gervais always does Christmas and Halloween. Like, those are guaranteed seasons that she's coming out with stuff. But I would be really shocked, surprised, and super excited if there was some for Thanksgiving. Because could you imagine her creating more like little mini turkeys, pilgrims? I would love to see her version of Indian corn. Oh, I think it would be beautiful. Anyways, I've done all of the series on 16 count crystal confetti from Picture This Plus. The only difference is in the Love Note series, the fabric that I had coffee and tea dyed to dinge it up some, and I didn't do that with the rest of them. I might do it for the Halloween one, so I may re-dinge up the fabric, but you can see the sparkle-ish. You can tell better on the other ones. But so he got fully finished, even has his patch. I'm gonna try to be better at that, but I think last time I did pillows, I did like 27 or something all in one day, and whenever it came to slapping on a patch, I was like, I'm done. Even though this literally doesn't take very long. So anyways, fully done, and this is the same fabric that I used on the other 2 whenever I FFO'd them a long time ago. And so I did make an oopsie on the other 2. I accidentally turned the fabric inside out. I actually really liked it though. I think it's kind of like a vintagey kind of like look. And then I forgot to turn the patch inside out, but I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Here's my logic and reasoning. It's a done pillow. Are you going to be looking at if you come over to my house, are you going to be looking at the back or are you going to be looking at the front? Need I say more? And if you are looking at the back and have a negative comment to say, that's probably the last time you're going to be invited to my house. Maybe, maybe not. But in all seriousness, it's the back. I'm more concerned with the front, and that I like have it in a way that is easily displayed and stuffing's not going to come out of it. So honestly, those are kind of like my thoughts and feelings on it, and we just honestly need to stop judging people so harshly on silly things. So anyways, this is the next one. So again, it's on that crystal confetti. Confetti is like this really nice pale yellow with like some little bits of like pink and blue, but they don't, they're very, very, very light. It's like the cottonous candy version of like blue. You can kind of see some blue down there. Like I said, super light. And then there's some red up here, like a little bit. It's mostly like this really pretty pastel yellow. But you can really see the sparkle on this one. Bigger surface area with less stitching. It just shows up more. So I finally got all in this series done. The other 2 are put away for right now. But so this set is obviously perfect for like 4th of July, but there's also Memorial Day. There's Veterans Day. I don't know why, but I feel like Labor Day is another one of those days that you can bust out all your flags if you really wanted to. Every day is a day to bust out your flag. But these are so freaking cute. I cannot get over her little bald eagle. Her and Beth Twist, Brenda Gervais and Beth Twist, I think, have some of the cutest little eagles. Oh, and Paulette Stewart of Plum Street Samplers. All of their little eagles on all of their, they're just so cute. Okay, enough. 10 minutes in and all I've talked about is 3 pillows. I have a lot to talk about, apparently. I don't have a lot to show, but I have a lot to talk about. I guess I have a lot to show, but whatever, it's fine. Okay, so back to this one. I did this one whenever the series came out, which 2018. So I did this one whenever it came out. I started Put on the Hat in 2019, and it's the last one. I'm still not done with it. Whenever this one came out, I had to do it like right away. Fun fact about me, I did get accepted to A&M Galveston, and I ended up not going there, but I originally did want to go to school for marine biology. It's what I did in high school. I love marine life so much. It's so freaking cute. Anyways, this little scuba submarine, it's so freaking cute. Okay. So the kits had the velveteen in them that coordinated already. So the next one that I did, that I finished stitching, so this one's like 3 years old, finally got its patch, no big deal. Where Liberty Dwells. So this one is finally done. The entire series I've done on 32 count Lugana in the colorway Regency from Picture This Plus. It's a really, really nice neutral that it's just, I don't know, it's beautiful. It's like an off-white with then more like a darker gray beige off-white modeling, but it's very light, very subtle, and it's perfect for a lot of things. So this is Where Liberty Dwells. I don't remember, honestly, and I know that I've recently stitched these, but I don't remember how many of the colors I changed. I know that I did leave some of the colors that called for DMCs. All of these I did in DMC. I did not use fancy overdyes for any of them. They call for that, but they also have the DMC conversion. But I changed the color of the fence for sure from white to brown. And I made the flowers look more like Black-Eyed Susans. I did that the other week too. I don't know why Sunbonnet Sue is on my mind. Maybe it's because I look at her all the time. I'm not really sure. Brown-Eyed Susans, not Sunbonnet Sues. It's fine. So the red is what came in this one, and it already has its patch. I will say, because this is my first time like finishing with the velveteen. Well, I made the Osei Can You See pillow a long time ago, but they all stick to each other. These are definitely going to collect potter hair faster than most of my other finishes, that's for sure. But I did darken up some of the colors a little bit. But yeah, I really like this one. That's Where Liberty Dwells. The first one is Osei Can You See. Then the next one that I stitched and finished was Live Within Your Harvest. This one I changed a lot of the colors. This is kind of like the called for purple. This is similar to the light blue in this, but all the rest of the colors up here I changed. I made her dress blue. It's also supposed to be the purple that you use up here in the quilts. But yeah, and I made her hair brown instead of, it's supposed to be like this blondish color. Yeah, I absolutely love this. I love the changes that I made. I think it's so stinking cute. I love the sunflowers. I love the corn. We've had gardens my whole life, and we actually used to raise corn. Fresh corn is so amazing. I sometimes miss corn. I am keto, so I do sometimes miss corn, but I think my dad now has that stomach issue where you can't eat like certain foods because they get like stuck. What is it? Diverticulitis, I think. I might have said that wrong, but I'm from Texas, it's fine. Anyways, before I went keto, whenever I would eat, like, maybe not a little bit of corn, or like corn is an ingredient in something, it wouldn't be that bad. But if I ate like a side of corn, I would be in excruciating pain for about 24 hours. The other thing is my dad over time has become lactose intolerant. And I don't know necessarily if I'm lactose intolerant, but he got me on to lactose-free milks several years ago, which now if I do have milk, it's the route that I go. but there was a couple of times, like maybe 4 years ago, where they didn't have either of the milks that I normally buy that are lactose free, and I had got just regular milk because I'm like, well, I'm not actually lactose intolerant. I like this stuff. And so I bought just regular milk, and I would have an upset stomach. So I think, and now that I'm keto and I eat a special ice cream that is also lactose free, I do still eat cheese. I don't really get issues eating cheese or things like that, but straight up like milk, yeah, I now have issues. So, it's fun to know where things come from, I guess. But anyways, super cute stitch. I keep on going off on tangents. I don't know why. It's just one of those days today. Hopefully you find it entertaining and charming. And if not, that's okay too. That's not my normal. The next one, also, by the way, I love these. The strawberry and the peach are the best. Lime is pretty good. Cucumber is not bad, but I probably won't ever buy that one again. Lime, mix a lime and a strawberry, and it tastes like a strawberry limeade from Sonic, hands down, for real, I'm not kidding. And then I wish they wouldn't have gotten rid of the orange, or you can't get the orange or the lemon anymore. And I used to mix strawberry and lemon and make strawberry lemonade, and that one was also hands down amazing. And it might just, I don't know if they're officially gone. I know there was also an apple flavor. I never got to try apple. Watermelon, I think, is also gone. That one's not sad. Watermelon wasn't very good. But anyways, these are amazing. Okay, I'm all over the place. I hope you're here for it. The next one is I Hear the Bells. Again, fully finished. This is the color that came with it. I can't remember the color names of the Velveteens, but they are the names of the colors are on here. So if you have bought any of these patterns from me in a D stash and you want the Velveteen, Lady Dot Creates does sell the Velveteen on her Etsy store, Lady Dot Creates, and I've bought stuff from her, and there was like a mishap. I didn't get my whole order, and she like sent it the same day, and I got it like 2 days later, the rest of it. It was just a fluke accident, but she is so stinking nice, and her stuff is beautiful. So definitely think about finishing some stuff in her Velveteen regardless of this series. There's a couple of colors that I have my eye on that I don't know what I want to do with them, but I want to do something with them. But anyways, this is I Hear the Bells, and this one I completely revamped. I did a lighter, brighter green. I changed all of the colors from darker colors to lighter pastels. And I also added in a purple. I made the silvers more silvery. I think the only color that I kept the same, like, to be honest, is like this goldy green, which I think is 832. So it's like that weird yellow olive green kind of color, but like depending on what it's around, it kind of leans more gold or more olive, if that makes sense. It's that one. And I think it's 832, but it's one of the 830s, because I think those go from 830 to 832. I just can't. I think it's the darker one. Anyways, I wanted this to look more like the vintage 1950s Christmas colors. These little putz houses in the pastel colors are some of my favorites, and I know that the shiny bright ornaments, the little glass ornaments from way back, they came in pastels, they came in just silvers and golds, and they also came in dark ruby and sapphire, gem kind of colors. So anyways, I think this is gorgeous. This is more my vibe. Not necessarily my decorating vibe at Christmas. It's very traditional red, green, Snoopy. But my vibe, it fits because it does. I have a lot of old decorations and it all just fits. All right, so the 5th one in the series, and there's only 6 in the series, so I'm almost done with this series, is Grown with Love. And this is the one with the pink velveteen that is the patch on this one. So this one, I did keep a lot of the colors the same. Like this is the called for pink. This is the called for dark blue. I think I had to change the light blue. And then I chose to, cause in the model, the pinks, cause it's variegated, cause the model is done in the overdyes. Some of this was like darker and I was like, oh, I kind of like that color difference. So I believe this is 221 for the lighter colorway of this, like pinky mauve, like a dusty rose. And then this is 223. I could have them reversed, but those are the 2 colors. And so I know this is 3750, like one of everyone's favorite darker blues. And then yeah, I changed this up. This is supposed to be more of like a dark brown. I changed it to like a dark gray. I really, really like this one. This one is so cute, and this one stitched up so fast. I loved it so much. Anyway, so those are all of my FFOs. A little pile. And those won't be there next week. I can guarantee it. They are going to get put away. For sure. All right, so. The final one in the series. Put on the hat. I kind of think that it's comical that I've stitched the whole rest of the series quicker than I've stitched this one. This one has been a whip since 2019, and that is just insane to me. But in 2019, I think it's like the last time that I did kind of a mania. Kind of. So, this is how far I am. And if you remember, that's where I was last week. So I've done a fair amount, but like I said, I've taken a couple of nights off from stitching. So like I still stitch like on my lunch break and stuff like that, but I've also even taken off a few lunch breaks this week. I had another little mini project that took me like 2 to 3 days that I prioritized. And I have for 2 nights stitched on a bigger project because I just was like so many small things. And then also this last weekend, I did a lot of yard work and hanging out with my friends. And that's whenever I like was working on all of the pillow stuff and cleaning up in here and like reducing my stress and my sanity because I also work in here. So, it was kind of getting to me. So, I did do a fair amount. She's beastly, man. So, I'm working on the little stack of books because my goal is to, so there's a little stack of books with the black cats. Then I also have these 2 black bats. And then part of the broom is black. So I'm trying to kind of like color complete. And I'm at a point that if I get these stacks of books done, I can color complete the black, and then anyways, more stuff will be touching, and I can color complete some other stuff. So anyways, there is my little witch putting on her hat. I need to do the little star. But I'm kind of waiting because like I said, I really, if I can find a way to color complete, I really enjoy color completing. And this one, I have changed up so many of the colors. I'll just show you the bottom of my working copy. This is the kind of thing that I do. Like, I go through, see, carriage black was supposed to be 3021. I'm making it actual black. I'm not keeping any of the called for colors on this one. And then I did her hair an even different color, because I wanted it to be more like dark orangey. So this is what I chose for her hair, but this is the orange in the rest of it. I liked the darker one better with the green for her. I don't know, I can't explain it. Anyways, so this is the kind of thing that I do. I write all over it, and then like I make even more changes. And this is why I say, like, I can't remember if I use that color, because also sometimes I will keep that color, but I'll move it to a different symbol, or I'll interchange. I forget how Emily always phrases it, but it's not always a symbol to color perfect conversion. Sometimes I'll add a little bit for this color over here, just because I want to. So that happens. All right, so what is the big project I got out, and then I'll show you my special project, and we'll talk about kind of my plans for this upcoming week, or really like the next couple of weeks. And then it is the end of the month, and speaking of Emily, she started doing this, I don't know if every video or what, but talking about some of the things that she's like super into. I decided that I wanted to do that in my last video of the month, and I think I did it in May, but I didn't do it in June, so we'll do it in July. It's not going to be a whole lot, but it'll be something. Okay, so I pulled back out my long dog sampler, and I just brought in the cover sheet from this. I have the PDF copy, so I did print out the cover because bigger projects, it helps if I can see the full thing to kind of like gauge where I am. So I do have a page finish. It came to like here-ish. And I'm in this area right now. So, and the page, I'm trying to think. I think the page ends like maybe about here. Maybe. I don't remember. This pattern is only 9 pages. So, it's in chunks of, yeah, that sounds about right. That looks about right. Yeah. All right. So anyways, I'm stitching this on 32 count Lugana, Feldspar from Picture This Plus. And I have, it's called Coralina, I'm pretty sure. It's a JP & Coats hot pink thread. And then the blue that I'm doing it with is 930. So I'm doing mine 2 colors, and I absolutely love this. So basically the border, the little animals, and the vases are in like the little baskets are going to be in the blue. And I'll probably also do the words. Did I do the date in blue? I can't remember. So I started the 20. Yes. Okay. So like the words, the dates, and the initials and things like that are also going to be in blue. But the like all the flowers and everything, that's all going to be in the pink. I love it so much. So I'm working my way down one side, and then I'll do the middle, and then I'll do the end. So I'm right about in the middle of my second page. So I wanted to get this back out. It's a very repetitive pattern. It's really calming and like soothing. I mean, if I like don't have the patience to do a whole lot, I mean, I can at least just work on like border. I mean, it's super repetitive, except for at the very top. And even that's repetitive for a majority of it, but you actually kind of have to pay attention. But the side and the bottom borders, you can kind of just like go. I love all the florals. I genuinely love this piece. So I wanted to get it back out and have fun with that one. Okay, so a tiny, tiny little story about a little cat named Stella. Kind of. So I have an antique doll bed. About 5 or 6 years ago, we found it in one of the antique stores here in town for like $20, $25. And it is like a true iron like little iron bed, but it's obviously doll size. And Potter was not going to be able to fit in it. But Gizmo would have been able to. Also, Potter sleeps on like large dog beds because he doesn't fit in even the large cat beds. He just doesn't. It is what it is. So he fits on medium to large size dog beds. So I have 2 large dog beds in my house and no dog. But it's fine because the cats sleep on it. Gizmo did like beds. She also liked the dog beds, but she did like little cat beds every one. Like I had them in certain places and she would sleep in them. Stella now was never interested in this thing except for if she lost a toy. She used to be able to climb underneath it. I don't think she can fit under it anymore as of like 2 months ago, but I think she can fit half of her body, but she used to be able to like get under it, and maybe she still can because she can still fit underneath the couch. Maybe she just doesn't want to. I don't know. Anyways, about 3 weeks ago she started sleeping in it at least once a day, every day. So my friend Ashley and I, we decided that, so right now what's in there is a cat bed that has its sides. You know, you wash those things, the fluff gets all misshapen and unproportioned and all that. And so she still, even though she's very small, kind of has to like wedge herself in it because of the sides and all the bumpiness and misshapenness. So what we are going to do, and Ashley's going to help me, is we're going to make a cover for a piece of foam. I think we're going to go with 2 inches because the bed is 2.5 inches tall, like depth, from the board that's in it. So I thought about doing 3 inches to make it even more plushy, but then it would sit up really high. Anyways, I think we're going to do 2 inch. And we're going to make a cover for it that can be removed and washed as needed. We're also going to make a little pillow that can be washed. Or actually, well, you might not want to wash the pillow, but we're going to make a little pillowcase for it that can be removed if it needs to be. But Stella also likes to burrow herself. If you follow me on Instagram and you've seen in some of my stories, Stella literally burrows underneath covers and blankets. She likes to sleep in your lap under a blanket. It's really cute. So I took some of my fabric, my leftover fabric, because I have a bunch of little mini projects that I want to make with my leftovers for my bed, for my room. I don't know. I'll make a dress. I don't know. I love this fabric line so much. Anyway, so it has at least, there's 32 prints in the line. It has at least 1 square of each of those prints in this. But I got out my graph paper. I designed a little quilt that would fit it. It's about 18 by 26-ish. Is it perfect? No. But it's so freaking cute. So this is something else that I was working on this weekend, was cutting this, piecing it, quilting it. Yes, there is actual quilt batting in here. I actually quilted it. I put the binding on and I whip stitched it by hand. So this is a legit baby quilt. That's a little bit too small for an actual baby, but it's perfect for her little bed that she sleeps on. And it's so cute. She's already been sleeping on it. I need to wash it, but she's already been sleeping on it and loving it and sleeping under it. And it's the cutest thing. And I haven't posted as much about it yet because we kind of want to wait until the full bed is kind of like put together. But anyways, this bed was in the living room for the longest time because we thought, oh, how cute. They could like sleep there like while we're watching TV or whatever. And she had no interest in it. But then because I got rid of that black chair that was in here, I moved, because Potter, if he's in my room, he's either on the floor because it's cool or he's on the bed. So I moved the large dog bed that was in my room into here for the cats to lay on while I'm working. And so I moved the little day bed, the little doll day bed in front of my window where this was, because one, it takes up less space, and two, I was like, that's kind of like the perfect spot for it. And she now sleeps there all the time. All the time. And so it's the cutest thing. So we want to kind of like make it nicer for her and make it more comfortable for her. So that's a project that you'll hear a little bit more about and see a little bit more about. Also, speaking of random projects, because I know a couple of you have left it in the comments about my Texas flag on my shed. I have not finished painting it. As soon as I do, I promise I will post photos and stuff in a video and online of it completed. Yeah, it's just not done yet. It's been super hot here, but the days that I've like possibly been able to like work on it, it like rained. So I think the last time that I worked on it, it like rained maybe like 3 hours later, like downpoured, and you're supposed to have at least 4 hours no rain. And so it's just been so sporadic whenever it's going to rain. Like the predictions are never correct lately. So after that, we had a ton of rain for a couple of weeks. And then the last like week or two, I've just had other things going on. So that is something that I want to get done this next like week or two. I really want to get that project done. Also because there's paint cans on my back porch and I would like to clean that up. And so anyways, okay, some of the things that I've been like super into lately, for TV shows and things, I finally finished watching all of Home Improvement. I will say the final season is not my favorite, and not because the show was ending. It just felt like they were trying to tie up a bunch of loose ends, as shows do, especially ones that run for, 8 years. So, that are sitcoms. It's really hard to, like, end a sitcom, I think, and do it, like, where people aren't slightly disappointed. But the final episode was, like, a 3-episode stretch. And I do like how they like ended it. Did I cry? I did. I really, really love that show. I've always loved that show. So I did finally get caught up with that. I am still watching Little House on the Prairie, but I kind of got sucked into Home Improvement and mostly watched that. I did finally watch The King on Netflix about has it been 2 weeks now? 2 weeks ago, on my little adventure, I was introduced to that movie, and it's really good. I do want to rewatch it because there were some parts where I wasn't paying as much attention as I probably could, and so I do want to rewatch it. I was also introduced to Letterkenny on Hulu. A couple of people have told me that I should watch it, and I started it at one point, and I was like, what am I watching? And the weekend of my little adventure, that was what was requested to be watched for some of the evening, and it's actually pretty funny. So I have been watching more of Letterkenny, and then in the way of books, I can't remember everything that I finished reading. It hasn't been a whole lot. I kind of let a bunch of my books expire, and I had to get, like some of them back. But I had started, I know I'd finally finished Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, which I had literally been in the process of reading for like 8 years. Finally got to finish it. So I do know this last month I started The Girl Who Played with Fire, which is the second book in the Millennium series, which now that series isn't just a trilogy. There's somebody, after Stig Larsson passed away, somebody, and I can't remember who, but somebody else picked up the series. And I've heard that the new ones are actually really good. So, but this month I did start The Girl Who Played with Fire, and so far it's fantastic. I also have been reading Dragonfly and Amber, which is the second book of the Outlander series, which that has also been really fantastic. I'm trying to think because my other ones all lapsed. I got most of them back, so I'm kind of like in this like listening audiobook frenzy. But I did just get 2 books that I had been on the wait list for a while. So I started one. It's The Bookwoman of Troublesome Creek. So far, I'm not super into it. I heard that it was really good from a couple of people. I'm hoping that it picks up. I don't even remember what chapter I'm in. I'm in chapter 7 out of 47. So hopefully it picks up some. I hope. We'll see. I'm not super into the plot, but I don't know if I'm into the actual plot yet. But if it stays the same, I'm not going to end up enjoying this book. But it'll still be a book that I gave a shot, right? The other one is A Study in Scarlet Women, and it is the Lady Sherlock series. So I haven't started that one yet, but I do have it. I have a couple other books, but those are the ones that I'm kind of giving priority at the moment, because if I lose them, I have to go back on the wait list. The other ones that I've been listening to, like Dragonfly and Amber and things like that, are available all the time, so I haven't had to be on wait list for them. I am in the middle of a couple other books that I am back on the wait list for, which, let me see. One of them is Sapiens. That one, every time I lose it, it takes like months to get it back. But Sapiens, and there's another one, but I can't remember it. I can't think of the name right now. Anyways, so I've been trying to get my like listening bug back, like while working and stuff, but it comes and goes. It comes and goes. I'm trying to think of what else, but I think that's about it. It has been a very productive month. I had 5 or 6 finishes, and one of them I did not show on here, because it had personal information on the final finish. I did post a finish of it on my Instagram, which I will show you. But the fully finish had some personal information on it, and I don't want to share that. And so I'm not going to. But they really liked it. So that was the finish. It was on 32 count Lugana in Conifer from Picture This Plus. It's just a little freebie. Very cute. And yes, the person that got it really liked it. And other than that, what else did I finish this month? So many things. I finished that, Where Liberty Dwells. I Hear the Bells, Grown with Love, and Live Within Your Harvest. So 5 finishes. 5 finishes. Which is really, really, really good. I think I'm up to 40 finishes for the year now, which is crazy. So anyways, let me know what you've been stitching. Let me know how you've been. I was super rambly today. The next couple of weeks' plans. Okay, so that depends on a couple of things, like how the weekends and things go. Also, thank you for the good wishes on my interview from last week. I still don't know. It could be up to 2 weeks before I hear anything, which is also driving me batty. But goal, finish Put on the Hat, maybe FFO a couple more of the things from the pile that's in the awaiting closet in the other room. Maybe not. I don't know. We want to finish the little doll bed in the next like week or two. I want to finish the Texas flag in the next week or two. I want to get more done on Pavane, but I also think that I need like a smalls break for just a minute. So Pavane's definitely going to get some attention. I might give some more attention to Lady of the Flag, because I genuinely I've seen so many people working on their Miras, and I really just want to work on my Mira. because I'm not at the point where I want to start a new Mira in the future though, but not right now. And then I think the next mini series that I want to work on is I want to get my Britter kitties. I want to get my Britter Cup kitties up to speed. I have May and June fully kitted, so I want to knock those out. I want to kind of like, I don't know if I want to finish out the whole year. The thing that kept me going on these is that the themes change, and I know that they're monthly stitches, so their themes kind of like change, but it's the same, like, I guess outlines. It's cat outlines with different things around them. These at least had completely like different themes or characters or items in them. So I might do like 1 or 2 of those, pick the colors for the next 2, do something else, and then keep doing it like that. I don't know. I don't know what's going to call to me next. I want to work on another smaller series and get it done. I just don't know which one yet. I have Hands-on Design Scary Apothecary left. I have Hands-on Design Secret Santa left. I have Hands-on Design the flamingo, the Christmas flamingos. So there's just 3 options. And I also have the Sunday Stitches, which I only still have the first 3, which 1 is done and 1 is in progress. So I don't even have the other months to even start those. So anyways, lots going on in my brain, but there's also, it's the fall, craziness ensues in the fall, lots of busy weekends. Almost all of my immediate family's birthdays are in the fall. Actually, no, all of my immediate family's birthdays are in the fall. My dad is in August. My mom's was September. I'm October. My uncle's is November, and my aunt and my grandmother's is in December. So there's a lot of birthdays going on. The holidays are coming up. There's some other stuff in the works that's going to take up time that hopefully I can tell y'all about soon. And yeah, just craziness. So anyways, I hope that y'all had a fantastic week, are being super productive and stitchy. Let me know what you're working on, if you've finished or FFO'd anything. And yeah, I will see y'all next week. Bye guys.